A new style for working from home with Tracup. The continued iteration of COVID-19 has made working from home the norm, and a new paradigm for team management is emerging. The high spread of Omicron has caused a change in the rules of work, and suddenly we all have to adopt the work from home approach, which is actually a difficult adjustment for many people. Concentrating on one space in an office building is a natural work paradigm that has developed over the course of human evolution, where people are all in the same place. You used to be able to see what was going on and easily check in with your colleagues to get agreement, and you could always ask the colleague sitting next to you, "Hey, what's going on with this case? How's the situation?" How can it be considered work if you're not in the office? The outbreak has forced people to adapt to working from home, and suddenly, when the only way to communicate is electronically, people have to work out how to coordinate, and tools like email and spreadsheets are not the best way to keep track. While it's possible to enjoy a work-life balance and possibly get out of the bedroom and into the living room to be with your family while you work, this way of working makes most people and organizations very inefficient. You and your coworkers are remote, and your interactions are primarily via video and email. You see how haphazard email is as a method of going back and forth, with no way to track each other's progress, and often find work overlapping with each other. A new paradigm for working from home. A work management tool like Tracup is a more reliable way to keep track, but it requires a different discipline to make it work when everyone is spread out. In the office, it might be the place to store the next set of meeting agendas, or to create and track project plans. But now that everyone is working from home, it has become the primary way to keep track of who did what. Instead of sitting at your desk and showing your productivity, the new at your deck for a period of time is sending out notifications to your colleagues, your team, that you got things done in Tracup. This is the true measure of productivity. Working on the Tracup workspace, the collaboration, motivation and monitoring structure changes to get things done in a transparent and accountable way, and that's what it's really all about. The signal is clear because you are actually showing that you have clicked on the task. Your manager isn't using how long you've been sitting at your desk as a proxy for measuring your commitment or productivity. That's because tools like Tracup provide a shared approach that breaks down tasks or projects into individual steps that everyone can track. Progress tracking and work results. If you're taking people out of the office, which is the structure that holds teams together and assigns them the way we do now, you need some kind of virtual alternative to that structure. That's what Tracup needs to be. In the old world, remote work accounted for very little. Someone would travel to work on a project and then come back and report, and that was usually done in a high-trust environment where the office was home base. With Tracup, you can break down a large project into its different parts. Many of these parts may be cross-functional. The manager, or team member, can see, first, how all those parts fit together. But at the same time, you can log in the morning and you can see the exact status of the 99 steps that are actually required to complete the project, as opposed to someone who leaves and works for 3 days and comes back having completed all 99 steps. In other words, instead of having someone do a job and wait until they're done, the work can be broken down and maybe shared among different team members. But this type of teamwork requires more transparency and accountability because the team is now collectively responsible for getting the work done, so everyone needs to be able to see the whole picture. When a team is working together, you as a teammate care that all the pieces that need to be in place for you to be successful are in place. What we've seen is that progress tracking and work results is what this platform is all about. As a person, you can make sure that nothing slips through the cracks. Continuous change. Now that we all have to start getting used to these new work styles, some things will stay the same. First, working remotely places different demands on team leaders, thanks to basic tools that include task and result tracking, allowing everyone on the team to maximize their work no matter where they are working, and everyone knows who is responsible for what task at what time. Second, create a standard work management space that documents the workflow of different things and tasks. Once people get used to having the work management space handle status updates, there is no need for meetings to keep everyone on the same page, even when people are back in the office working, but there is no need for any kind of real status updates. Now you can wake up in your slippers, walk over to your dining room table, fire up your laptop and see exactly where everything stands.